Hi everybody, I'm back in the kitchen again. It's me, Lopez, and I'm going to share with you an amazing recipe for keto-friendly tortillas. This is not my recipe at all. This is from PINCHE Nancy. And the translated video is Tim Talks Cooking, and that's where I picked this up from. So PINCHE Nancy's recipe video is in Spanish, and I don't speak Spanish. Sí, me llamo López, pero yo no hablo español. Lo siento mucho. Gracias. So Tim Talks Cooking translated this amazing recipe, and thank you so much, Tim. And thank you so much, PINCHE Nancy. This is an incredibly simple recipe. I love how easy this is. In this bowl right now, I have my dry ingredients. This is what you need. 1 cup of almond flour. Okay, 1 tablespoon of psyllium husk powder, 2 teaspoons of xanthan gum, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a pinch of salt, and the secret recipe to these tortillas that make them taste like a corn tortilla: crushed pork rinds. Right? You need 2/3 of a cup crushed pork rinds. But that's not really loco, is it? That's not LOCO FIRE. You know what makes it LOCO FIRE? 2/3 of a cup of crushed hot and spicy pork rinds. Ooh, loco. Now we're going to add that in there, just like that, into that bowl of all the other ingredients I named before. Now take a long fork and just stir that around really, really well. Alright, make sure that's mixed up nice. You might find some clumping, you know, because there's a lot of moisture in here, so just work those little clumps out. If you have a sifter, maybe that might come in handy. I don't have one. Maybe I'll get myself one for Christmas. But make sure that that's all mixed up in here. And there's only one more ingredient left to put in this. The liquid ingredient is a 1/2 cup of egg whites. A 1/2 cup of egg whites. If you watched my ice cream video, you know we had a lot of egg whites left over, so this is what I use them for. Alright, so egg whites in there, 1/2 cup. Now we're going to mix this up with the fork until you cannot anymore, and you'll see what I'm saying. This doesn't take any time at all as I'm going around here, right? Now, along with that cup of almond flour, you're also going to need 2 additional tablespoons of almond flour that I already set aside here for this exact reason that you can see here. It's already starting to, I mean, this is so fast, it's so easy. And so it gets to a point where the fork is just not doing any good anymore. And this is where the 2 tablespoons of almond flour set aside is going to come in handy. Clean your fork off because you ain't going to need it no more. Alright? And then we're going to work this dough with our hands. I'm going to move the camera here and you can see what's going on. Alright? So that dough is wet, and I've put in the other 2 tablespoons of almond flour. And we're just going to work that in there like that until we get a nice workable dough. We're going to weigh this, and then we're going to divide it into 8 equal parts. Okay? Can you see my hands? Because I'm talking with my hands. Because it's all about this. It's not about me, it's about this. So I've weighed these out, about 35, 36 grams each. Like I said, I love this recipe so much that after my first batch, I went and got a tortilla press. So I do, you know, 5-6 seconds on one side, then I flip it and do the other side. All right, that pan is heating up pretty well. So we're just going to push this down here. Be very careful. And the tortilla, no oil needed. The tortilla will pretty much cook right there. It'll only take about a minute. I'm going to crush the next tortilla and I'll be over to you. Alright. Once you can do that, you know that side is pretty much done, so we're going to flip it. You see that nice toast? You see that nice toasting pattern there? Isn't that beautiful? So we're going to let that other side cook. And it doesn't take much longer than that. But you'll see the texture looks like a corn tortilla. The taste is going to be fantastic. I can't wait to try these. Well, these turned out great. I got to tell you. Just look at the texture on that. That looks just like a corn tortilla. And they're very, very hearty. When I use the regular pork rinds, which I will in a moment, these things are, well, you know, I really can't explain it. I guess I just got to show you. This thing holds together so well. I haven't had one tear on me yet. I've got taco meat, cheese, sour cream, little guacamole, a couple of doiks of hot sauce, which is the measurement of a hot sauce. Doiks, tablespoons, teaspoons, doiks. Let's try it. Loco. Mm. Mm. Holy moly. That's really good. And we're talking 2.5 tops grams of carbs, 9 grams of protein, like 7 or 8 grams of fat. This recipe is fantastic. Thank you, Tim, for translating. Thank you, PINCHE Nancy, for your recipe. Really appreciate it. Guys, do yourself a favor. Do this. Do this recipe. And if you don't like the hot and spicy, you can use the normal. And it's really just, this is fantastic. Really good. I'm going to shut that off because this is about to get real ugly. Oh man, so good.